Picture this. Someone you love suddenly goes silent. Not angry, not crying, just gone. Their warmth vanishes, their light disappears, and you're left standing in a darkness you never knew existed. That's not rage, that's not revenge, that's Leo. And if you've never experienced it, you have no idea how terrifying true silence can be. Today, we're revealing the 9 hidden truths about Leo that most people discover far too late. Stay until the end, because what you learn might change everything you thought you knew about the Zodiac's most misunderstood sign. When people discuss dangerous Zodiac signs, they instantly think of Scorpio's sting or Capricorn's calculated coldness. But there's one sign that flies under the radar, one that rules the heart and commands the sun itself: Leo. Why is Leo dangerous? Not because they destroy without warning, not because they seek vengeance or plot elaborate schemes. Leo is dangerous because they love with an intensity that few can comprehend. They offer everything: their passion, their devotion, their radiant energy without reservation. And when that gift is treated carelessly, when their light is taken for granted, Leo doesn't lash out. They simply leave. And the void they create, that's where the real devastation begins. Most people never see the depth of Leo until it's vanished. They mistake Leo's warmth for weakness, their generosity for naivety. But beneath that golden exterior lies a force so powerful that its absence can reshape your entire world. Let's explore the 9 hidden aspects of Leo that reveal why loving this sign is both an extraordinary blessing and a profound challenge. Sign 1. The flame that resurrects or destroys. When Leo enters any space, something shifts. The atmosphere transforms, not through loud announcements or demanding behavior, but through pure presence. Leo carries heat, a living, breathing energy that you sense before words are exchanged. This fire isn't merely metaphorical. It's Leo's fundamental nature. They warm others through encouragement. They elevate people with genuine laughter. They illuminate darkness with a single, authentic smile. Their flame heals wounds, breathes life into dying dreams, and creates safety in a cold world. But here's what remains hidden. The same fire that heals can incinerate everything in its path. Leo doesn't love cautiously. They don't test boundaries or hold back pieces of themselves. When they commit, they dive in completely, offering their whole heart, unwavering loyalty, and blinding light. And when someone betrays that sacred trust, when they treat Leo's fire as something common or expendable, Leo doesn't seek revenge. They become something far more formidable, unreachable. It's not explosive anger. It's not theatrical drama. It's the sudden, suffocating shift when Leo decides they're finished. That decision scorches everything. They vanish without explanation, leaving behind the ashes of what once felt like an empire built exclusively for you, a kingdom you never appreciated until it burned away. Leo doesn't inflict pain through cruelty. They wound because their love was holy, and someone mistook it for ordinary. They hurt because they illuminated someone's path while being left to navigate shadows alone. Key insight: if you're fortunate enough to receive Leo's love, never play with their fire. It might resurrect your soul or show you exactly how frozen existence becomes without it. Sign 2. The silence that shatters souls. Most people fear confrontation. They dread raised voices, aggressive arguments, and dramatic confrontations. But Leo, they don't require any of that. The deadliest weapon isn't fury, it's silence. Leo doesn't argue to win debates. They don't beg for understanding or repeat themselves hoping to be heard. When wounded, when crossed beyond their threshold, Leo doesn't explode outward. They implode inward, withdrawing completely and quietly. And within that silence, people begin disintegrating. The same Leo who flooded your phone with messages, who made you feel like the universe's center, now retreats into an impenetrable stillness. That stillness freezes deeper than any farewell speech. Because Leo's silence isn't passive withdrawal, it's an active declaration, a fortified boundary, a final line drawn not with words, but with their conspicuous absence. The terrifying realization comes later. You never understood how loud their presence was until it evaporated. You glance around and notice how shadows now dominate spaces that once glowed. How quiet your existence became when their voice stopped echoing through your days. Leo doesn't slam doors. They leave them wide open, but they never return. Key insight. When Leo goes silent, that quietness communicates volumes. And by the time you finally hear its message, the opportunity to respond has already passed. Sign 3. The hidden kingdom where love can't reach. Leo may embody royalty, but their throne isn't constructed in public view. It's carved within silence, in a concealed realm nobody sees, a hidden sanctuary they retreat to when the external world demands too much, yet again. To observers, Leo appears unbreakable. They smile brilliantly, shine magnificently, and show up with fire blazing, even while burning internally. But what remains invisible is the cost of that strength. When Leo feels betrayed, invisible, or exhausted beyond measure, they don't create scenes or demand to be understood. They disappear into their inner kingdom, a sacred space where they finally exist without expectations, without performance, without the weight of carrying everyone else's storms. Here, Leo removes their armor. Here, the lion rests. Here, they breathe without needing to lead, inspire, or remain strong for others. But here's the danger. Once Leo retreats into this inner sanctuary, they don't always find their way back. You'll still encounter them. They'll remain kind. They'll still smile. But something essential will be missing. Their eyes won't seek yours. Their laughter won't resonate like before. Their soul will exist somewhere unreachable. And regardless of your proximity, you'll stand perpetually outside a locked door. Key insight. If you love Leo, don't wait for them to disappear into their private world. Notice the fractures in their light before they choose to dim it themselves. Because once they retreat internally, your voice may never reach them again. Sign 4. The truth detector, who needs no evidence. Leo doesn't require proof, no screenshots, detailed explanations, or lengthy confessions. When you lie to Leo, they already know. There exists an intuition that doesn't shout or analyze, it simply perceives. Leo senses energy before language forms. They detect the crack in your voice, the shift in your gaze, the hesitation you didn't mean to reveal. This isn't paranoia, it's pattern recognition. Leo has memorized people more thoroughly than anyone realizes. When someone betrays Leo, surprise rarely accompanies the discovery. What inflicts pain isn't the betrayal itself. It's the confirmation of what they already suspected. Because Leo always knows. But here's where it becomes dangerous. They don't confront immediately. They observe. They wait. They create space for truth to emerge voluntarily. And when you refuse that opportunity, distance begins growing. They won't wage war. They won't expose your deception. They'll simply exit. And long after you've grasped what you've done, Leo has already moved forward, carried their fire elsewhere, and left you confronting your own shadow. Key insight. Don't deceive Leo thinking they can't see through you. They perceive everything. They simply choose whether and when to respond. And when they don't, that silence is your final warning. Sign 5. The radiant mask concealing storms. Everyone assumes Leo is perpetually fine because they make it appear effortless. The strength, the confidence, the way they energize environments, even when they're suffering most internally. Leo's most dangerous illusion is their smile. It's brilliant, comforting, and it deceives even their closest connections. What remains hidden is that behind that effortless radiance, Leo may be drowning in waves nobody knows they're fighting. Leo dislikes pity. They refuse to burden others, so they become masters of disguise, continuing to appear strong, making everyone feel secure while their own spirit quietly fractures beneath accumulated weight. And here's the danger. By the time you realize they're struggling, it's often too late. They've already suffered internally. They've already reached their breaking point, and the smile you cherish now serves as a mask concealing everything you never cared enough to ask about. Leo doesn't cry publicly. They cry when nobody's watching. And when they finally break, it's not a moment. It's an eruption of everything they suppressed for too long. Key insight. If someone's light shines intensely, never assume they're never in darkness. If you love Leo, don't only celebrate their joy. Pay attention to the silence behind their smile. That's where devastation begins. Sign 6. When loyalty transforms into ice. Nobody demonstrates loyalty like Leo. When they love you, they defend you in rooms you never enter. They remember your smallest victories. They stand beside you when everyone else walks away. But Leo's loyalty has a boundary, not measured in time, but in reciprocity. Once Leo realizes their loyalty is being exploited, once they observe you only appearing when convenient, something fundamental shifts. They don't explode or throw accusations. They simply stop showing up. This is where their quiet danger manifests. You'll still see them. They'll remain polite. They'll say, "I'm fine." But that fire, that deep, royal, soul-level loyalty has extinguished. When Leo turns cold, it's not ice. It's distance. It's detachment. It's the haunting feeling when someone who made spaces feel alive now renders them hollow. They don't stop caring. They stop letting you carry the weight of their care. Key insight. Loyalty isn't something Leo grants twice. If you've earned it, protect it. Because once Leo grows cold, you'll spend a lifetime trying to feel that warmth again. Sign 7. The graceful exit that echoes forever. Some people slam doors when leaving, others scream, plead, or ensure you understand exactly why they're departing. But Leo doesn't need noise to exit. Their silence becomes the departure. They don't announce it. They don't warn you. They simply begin fading. One conversation briefer, one reply colder, until eventually they're gone. And you never pinpointed when it happened. That's their danger. While others leave with explosions, Leo leaves with dignity, and it's that grace, that quiet, powerful composure that makes you feel the loss long after they've vanished. They don't leave to punish, they leave to preserve themselves, because once Leo's heart grows exhausted, once staying begins crushing their spirit, they choose to disappear without fanfare. And one day, you'll look around and recognize the world feels dimmer, your joy feels smaller, and the voice that filled your days is now an echo you cannot reclaim. Key insight. Leo doesn't leave to create drama. They leave when they've already endured 1,000 quiet deaths inside. And when they go, you'll feel it everywhere, in the silence, in the stillness, in the sun that doesn't rise the same way anymore. Sign 8, the mirror reflecting your deepest truth. There's a reason proximity to Leo feels intensely overwhelming. It's not just their light, it's how they see you. Not the version you present publicly, not the mask you wear socially, but the authentic you, the parts you hide even from yourself. Leo possesses a rare gift. They're a mirror, a powerful emotional mirror reflecting everything back to you. The beauty you forgot existed, the wounds you never healed, the truths you feared facing. And here's the dangerous element. They don't use this gift harmfully, but if pushed, if betrayed, if wounded deeply enough, they will speak. And when Leo speaks that truth, it lands like a blade. Not because they're cruel, but because it's the one thing you hoped nobody would vocalize. They don't scream it, they whisper it. And somehow, that quiet revelation cuts deeper than any accusation, because it's not meant to destroy, it's meant to unveil. Leo doesn't expose others to feel powerful. They do it because their soul refuses carrying lies, even when those lies masquerade as love. Key insight. If you fear being truly seen, Leo will terrify you. But if you crave authenticity, they'll become the most honest love you'll ever know. Just be prepared, because when they reflect your soul back to you, you'll never be able to unsee it. Sign 9, the light others try to extinguish. Some people shine effortlessly. They don't seek attention, they don't chase applause. They simply enter spaces and energy transforms. That's Leo. Their light isn't performance, it's essence. But here's the danger. Not everyone can handle that intensity. Some admire it, others envy it, and those who can't match it will try dimming it. They'll label Leo too much, too loud, too emotional, too dramatic. But what they're actually saying is, I don't know how to stand beside someone who refuses to shrink. And if Leo isn't careful, they'll internalize those voices. They'll begin dimming their fire to make others comfortable. They'll laugh softer, dream smaller, hide pieces that once made them proud, until one day they don't recognize their own reflection. But this is where Leo becomes dangerous again. Because when they remember their identity, when they reclaim their fire, their brilliance, their birthright to shine, nothing can stop them. Not fear, not loneliness, not the voices that once tried silencing them. They rise, and when they do, they don't just illuminate a room, they light up the world. Key insight. You don't have to diminish yourself so others feel bigger. Your light was never meant to be hidden, and those who can't handle your glow were never meant to walk beside the sun. Now you understand. Leo isn't dangerous because they seek to harm. They're dangerous because they love in a way the world isn't always prepared for. They give without reservation. They stand tall even while breaking internally. They shine for everyone, even when nobody shines for them. And when pushed too far, they don't fight. They don't scream. They disappear. That's the warning nobody gives you. Not about Leo's fire, but about the silence they leave behind. The absence that echoes louder than any goodbye. If you are Leo, remember this. You were never meant to be small. You were never meant to dim your light to make others feel safe. You were born to lead, to love fiercely, and to rise even after the world tried burning you down. And if you love a Leo, love them now, not after they've gone quiet, not after their eyes stop seeking yours in crowds. Love them while they're shining. Love them when they're exhausted. Love them before the silence. Because once Leo gives you their heart, you're holding something divine. And if you break it, you may never find that kind of light again. If this message found your heart today, drop a comment below. Let your fellow Leos know they're not alone. Even a single word might be the spark someone out there is waiting for. And if you want more than just zodiac readings, if you want truth, healing, and the fire that reminds you who you really are, tap subscribe, turn on the bell, and join this pride. Because here at Leo Zodiac Power, we don't just read the stars. We remember who we were born to be. And Leo, you were born to burn brighter than fear ever could.